everyone, my name is Ali from Geek and Faerie Tarot. You can find my artwork and tarot reading services at my website alisonspokes.ca. I'll have the link below. Today I am back after a 1-month hiatus to bring you your monthly tarot forecast for August. If you follow my other videos, you know I skipped July because I just had a baby. So he's here, everybody's doing well, but let's not talk about that. We'll get straight into our reading for August. So this month I am using the Housewives Tarot because it's been a while and I really like this deck and I don't get to use it very often, and maybe it's because I'm on leave and I'm at home. So I was inspired to use the Housewives Tarot for this month's forecast. So card number 1 is the Six of Wands reversed. I'll show you upright first. So there's 3 ladies peeking through the window of a spotless, clean kitchen. And so this is the energy that we're bringing into the month of August. So we're carrying it forward and we're starting the month off kind of feeling maybe a little bit jealous or envious. There's like some measure of success, some prize that we have our eye on that hasn't manifested for us, and there might be possibly some comparison to others. We see others being successful and we're comparing ourselves to their success and feeling that we're falling behind or we're not as good. We're feeling a little bit like we're lacking, and that's not good. Like we shouldn't be comparing ourselves to others. You know, we're on this path that we're on for a reason. All obstacles are part of our journey, right? So starting off, looking in, seeing what others are creating, what others have accomplished, and feeling like, oh man, I should be where they are right now. So that could apply to maybe there's a job that you wanted to get, or maybe a relationship that you're hoping to be, starting a relationship with somebody, and that hasn't manifested yet. Maybe a lack of opportunity, or maybe there has been some rejection. I don't know. It could be a business venture that you were hoping would take off and it just isn't going as well as you had hoped. So let's go with card number 2. Let's see if we can find some kind of solution to what is happening here. Our challenge card this month is the King of Pentacles reversed. So this kind of tells me that maybe we are not using our resources as wisely as we should. We're kind of squandering them. We're not investing in the right kind of tools. We're kind of maybe trying to take the easy route. We're kind of cheating, and by doing that, we're cheating ourselves. And time is a resource as well. So maybe we're not using our time as wisely as we could be, and that's why we're not seeing the results that we want. So I feel like this is a misuse of resource, and that's our challenge this month, is to maybe turn this card upright, kind of become a master of our of whatever venture it is, whether it's romance, career, finance, whatever, and start to use our resources a little bit more wisely. So time, money, tools, whatever we have or whatever we need to get to where we want to be. Now, what is our action forward? So here is our advice card for the month, and this is really interesting because it's the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So what I kind of get from this is that maybe the reason things aren't working out, going back to these 2 cards, is, look at this card. We have all these tools, like 3 different mops, dusters, brooms. There's all these things, and we're kind of like, we're trying to find the easy way, possibly, the smoothest road, the simple way. So maybe what we need to do, especially with this King of Pentacles, because he has the wisdom to know better, is maybe what we really need to do is sit down with ourselves and question, is this something we really want? If we really want it, are we willing to invest in all the right tools, invest our time, invest our money, put in the effort that it takes to get that thing that we want? If we only want it if it's easy, maybe, it's not worth the trade. It's not worth it to us. So maybe we have to ask ourselves, do you really want it? Are you willing to work that hard to get the results you want? And if the answer is no, then maybe that's not the path for you. So I feel like that's what the Wheel of Fortune is saying. It's saying, you know, if you're having all this bad luck, or things are not working out, or misfortune, or barriers are popping up, maybe that's a sign that it's not the right path, that maybe you're being detoured or redirected somewhere else, somewhere where you're supposed to be, somewhere where you will thrive better or find happiness, that you're looking in the wrong direction, that you've got your eye on this prize, but if you go that route, you're ultimately going to be disappointed anyway, so why continue down that path? There's a reason things are not working out. So it's kind of a bit of an introspection month, I think, all said and done. When you put all these three together, it's sort of saying, you know, here we have these wants, these desires from the Six of Wands. There's a victory, there's a goal that we want, but we're not using our time or money or tools appropriately to get what we want. And maybe we need to ask ourselves, do we really want it? Maybe we don't want to make that investment of time, money, or do the work that it takes to get there. Maybe that's not what we want. So ask yourself, is the prize worth the effort? And if the answer is no, then, you know, that's the universe telling you, find something else. We need another path. That things are not working out for a reason. So have a little meeting with yourself and figure out, you know, where you go from here. So that's what I'm picking up for August this month. So it's all really interesting. And as usual, I have chosen a card from the Good Tarot for our affirmation to, you know, little positive affirmation for the month to remind us what we need, where we need to go. And I kid you not, again, it's like the perfect card comes up every time. You can't make this stuff up. I pulled the Chariot. So let me read the affirmation for the Chariot for you. Everything I have worked for, including the obstacles I have faced and overcome, is now part of this time of victory. So obstacles and victory are two things that came up in the first three cards. Those are themes that came up. We want a victory. We've been facing obstacles. I have learned to see all aspects of my life as essential to my growth. So failures are part of success. Detours, it's good to have a plan. It's good to, you know, have a vision and follow that. But you can't be attached to that. You can't be attached to the results. Maybe, you know, that vision you have, you think it's leading you somewhere, but ultimately it leads somewhere else, and that's where you're meant to be. So this is all about, you know, the Chariot, riding down that path, going forward, but not being too attached to the destination. You want to end up where you're meant to be, not where you think you're supposed to be. There's a difference. Okay. I have fallen, but now I am risen again to live freely and truthfully, fearlessly and skillfully. So we're learning things on this path. We're learning from our mistakes. We're learning from our failures, from our detours. That's the Wheel of Fortune. So what you think, you know, it came up reversed. So what you think is bad will ultimately come back around and reverse itself. And it's just gonna keep spinning up and down, up and down. So failures, disappointments, you need to see those as positive things. Be grateful, because if those things hadn't happened, you wouldn't have led you in the direction that you are meant to go. So practice gratitude for all the misfortunes and the bad things that happen, or perceived bad things that happen, because ultimately, you know, they're little nudges from the universe, they're little guides, little detours that are taking you to where you're meant to be. So get on that Chariot, move forward. But it's kind of a go with the flow. If things are not working out, there's a reason. And then have that conversation with yourself, like, oh, is this something I really want? If it's going to take this much money or this much effort, or, you know, that kind of willpower, what have you, if that's too much work for you, then the prize isn't worth it. Right? All right. So that is your forecast for the month of August. and I will see you around. Don't forget to click my links, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. In the meantime, keep sparkling and stay shiny. Bye!
Hey, say hi to the camera, Gavin. Say hello. Look over here. Hi, everybody. Oh! We better get you cleaned up. Okay, say bye-bye.